어딘지도 모른 채 집에 돌아간 길엔 그새도 못 참아 난 전날 밤새 붙잡았지 내 기억 속에 남아있는 그대 모습은 낡은 책 페이지 한 장에 어김없이 다가와 가지런히 깨어놓은 내 마음을 어질러
Testing, testing. I am testing my audio. I can't tell. Let me try to turn the volume back on. Testing, testing. I am testing my audio. Ooh, that seems a bit louder than I thought. I want to turn that down a bit. Okay. Let's try this again. This one now. Okay, I think this is a bit better. Testing, testing. Uh-oh. I think I turned it. Oh, this is a bit better. Nope, never mind. Okay, I did it right. Today, tonight, this afternoon, wherever you are, if anyone ever watches this, we shall be reading The Dark Knight. The screen opens, a burning, massive flames over a dark shape which emerges, the bat symbol, growing, filling the screen with blackness. Daylight, we move over the towers of downtown Gotham, closing in on an office building, on a large window, which shatters to reveal a man in a clown mask holding a smoking silenced pistol ejects a shell casing. This is Dopey. He turns to a second man, Happy, also in a clown mask, who steps forward with a cable launcher. He aims it at a lower roof across the street and fires a cable across. Dopey secures the line to an I-beam. Line, clamp on, and sends a kit bag out, then steps out the window. Into space. The men slide across the dizzying drop, landing on the lower roof across the street. A man on the corner with his back to us, holding a clown mask. An SUV pulls up, the man gets in, puts on his mask, and inside the car, two other men wearing clown masks. Three of a kind, let's do this. One of the clowns looks up from holding his automatic weapon. That's it? 3 guys? Grumpy, there's two. Oh, no. That's it? 3 guys? There's 2 on the roof. Every guy is an extra share. 5 shares is plenty. 6 shares. Don't forget the guy who planned the job. Yeah? He thinks he can sit it out and still take a slice then? I get why they call him the Joker. Grumpy cocks his weapon. Bozo pulls the car over in front of the Gotham First National Bank. Dopey pries open an access panel. Why do you think they call him the Joker? I heard he wears makeup. Makeup? Dopey pulls out thick bundles of blue cat 5 cables. Yeah, to scare people. War paint. Grumpy, Chuckles, and Bozo get out of the car and march into the bank, carrying assault rifles. The security guard looks up. Grumpy fires into the ceiling. Customers scream. Chuckles cracks the security guard as Grumpy and Bozo round up the hostages. One of the tellers presses a button mounted beneath her window. A silent alarm. Dopey watches the alarm ping his handheld. Here comes the silent alarm. And there it goes. That's funny. It didn't dial out the 911. It was trying to reach a private number. Behind him, Happy raises his silenced handgun. Is that a problem? No, I'm done here. Happy shoots. Dopey slumps. Happy picks up his bag and forces open the roof access door and speeds down the stairs to the basement. He slams open the door and comes face to face with a huge vault. Bozo and Grumpy move down the line of hostages. Bozo hands each hostage objects from a bag. A grenade. Grumpy follows, pulling the pins. Obviously, we don't want you doing anything with your hands other than holding on for dear life. Blam! Chuckles is blown off his feet. Grumpy and Bozo dive for cover. The bank manager steps out of his office, shotgun in hand. Hostages scramble, clinging their grenades. This one. Happy. Excuse me. Happy clamps a drill to the vault. A bit? No. The bit spins, slides into the metal door. A bolt of electricity rips through the drill, throwing Happy to the floor. Grumpy and Bozo cower as the bank manager fires again. He's got 3 left. Bozo raises his fingers. No, Bozo raises 2 fingers. Grumpy squeezes off a shot. The bank teller fires again. Grumpy looks at Bozo, who nods. Grumpy jumps up. The bank manager fires. Grumpy grunts as Buckshot clips his shoulder, falls. The bank manager moves in for the kill, fumbling for new shells. Bozo stands, shoots him. Bozo picks up the shotgun. Grumpy checks his wound. It's superficial. He struggles to his feet. Where'd you learn to count? Bozo's mask stares him down. Grumpy heads for the stairs in the back. Bozo starts loading fresh shells into the shotgun. You have any idea who you're stealing from? You and your friends are dead. Bozo looks down at him, says nothing. Happy at the vault door, barefoot, turning the tumblers with hands stuffed into his sneakers. Grumpy walks in. They wired this thing up with 50. No. They wired this thing up with 5,000 volts. What kind of bank does that? A mob bank? Guess the Joker's as crazy as they say. Happy shrugs, grips the wheelbow, and spins. Where's the alarm guy? Boss told me when the guy was done, I should take him out. 1 less share. Funny. He told me something similar. Happy freezes. The wheel spins to a stop. The vault door clunks open. Happy grabs for his weapon, spins to see Grumpy shoot. Grumpy steps over Happy into the vault, which is filled with an 8-foot mountain of cash. Grumpy walks into the lobby, straining under several duffels filled with cash. He dumps them, looks at Bozo. Come on, there's a lot to carry. Bozo walks back into the lobby with 2 more duffels. With the 2 more duffels. Sets them down on an enormous pile, and Grumpy looks at it. If this guy was so smart, he would have had us bring a bigger car. Grumpy jabs his pistol in Bozo's back, takes his weapon. I'm betting the Joker tells you to kill me as soon as we load the cash. Bozo shakes his head. No, I killed the bus driver. Bus driver? What bus? Bozo steps backwards. Smash! Hostages scream as the tail end of a yellow school bus rockets through the front of the bank, slamming Grumpy into the teller's window. Bozo picks up Grumpy's weapon, Another clown opens the rear Another clown opens the rear door of the bus. Bozo shoots him, then loads the bags onto the bus. The wounded bank manager watches him. In the distance, sirens. You think you're smart, huh? Well, the guy who hired you just do the same to you. The guy who hired you will just do the same to you. I think that's how you say that. Bozo slowly shakes his head. Sure you will. Criminals in this town used to believe in things. And Bozo turns back to the bank manager, crashes over him. Honor! Respect! What do you believe, huh? What do you The Joker slides a grenade into the man's mouth. A purple thread is knotted around the pin. I believe that what? I believe that what doesn't kill you. Bozo pulls off his mask. The bank manager gasps. In the reflection of the glass debris behind the bank manager, we see glimpses of a scarred mouth and clown makeup. The Joker simply makes you a stranger. The bank manager's eyes go wide. The Joker rises, strolls towards the bus, the purple thread attached to the grenade pin unraveling from the purple lining of his jacket as he walks. The Joker climbs into the bus, shuts the rear door, trapping the purple thread. Meanwhile, somewhere else in Gotham, kids pour out of the school, heading into a long line of school buses. And now back to the bank. As the bus pulls out, the purple thread pulls the pin. Hostages scream and scurry away from the bank manager, who shakes with fear as, with a fizz, the grenade does not explode, but spews red smoke. The school bus pulls free of the bank wall and pulls out onto the street, sliding into the line of identical buses heading past the bank. The buses trundle past cop cars racing up the street, and we cut to a brick building with a shaft of light coming from the roof. A patrolman looks up at the bat signal, smiles. There's a dealer sign beside the car. Nope. Beside a car, spots the signal and steps back. Nah, man. I don't like it tonight. What are you, superstitious? You got more chance of winning the Powerball than running into him. Detective Ramirez, female, rookie detective, 30s, makes coffee, watching a news story on television. On screen, the host, Mike Engel, lays into the mayor. Mr. Mayor, ooh, that was not right. Mr. Mayor, you were elected on a campaign to clean up the city. When are you gonna start? Well, Mike, like this so-called Batman, a lot of people say he's doing some good, that criminals are running scared. But I say no. What kind of hero needs to wear a mask? You don't let vigilantes run around breaking the law. Where does it end? Yet we hear rumors that instead of trying to arrest him, the cops are using him to do their dirty work. I'm told our men in the major crimes unit are close to an arrest. Hey, Wirtz, the mayor says you're closing in on the Batman. Wirtz looks up, listless, crumples up a paper. The investigation is ongoing. He throws the paper at the trash. He rebounds off the board. He throws the paper at the trash. He rebounds off a board headed Batman. Suspects. Lined with pictures. Abraham Lincoln, Elvis, and the abominable snowman. Ramirez comes out onto the roof. Lieutenant Gordon sits by a searchlight. She hands Gordon a cup of coffee. Ever intending to see your wife again, Lieutenant? I thought you had to go look after your mother, Detective. They checked her back into the hospital. Sorry. Ramirez making light. At least she's got someone around the clock. Unlike your wife. She looks at the bat signal. He hasn't shown. Gordon gets up and looks into the sky at the bat signal. Often doesn't, but I like reminding everybody that he's out there. Why wouldn't he come? Hopefully, because he's busy. Now, our scene is a parking garage at the nighttime. Two black SUVs pull onto the top floor. A large man emerges. The Chechen, a bodyguard, points at the sky. The Chechen peers up at the bat signal, shrugs. That's why we bring dogs. Bodyguard 2 opens the back door. 3 enormous Rottweilers emerge, growling. The Chechen crouches, kissing the dogs. My little princesses, to the bodyguards. The Batman's invisible to you, fools. But my little princess, oh, princess? Whoops. Hold on, I gotta go back. My little princess. The Batman's invisible to you, fools. But my little princes, they can find human meat in complete darkness. The Chechen moves to the second SUV, reaches in, and drags out a skinny, wild-eyed junkie by his hair. No, no, get him off me, off me! The Chechen drags the junkie towards a battered white van. The van's rear door... Words. The van's rear doors open. 2 armed thugs emerge carrying barrels. A third hovers in the dark interior. Look what your drugs did to my customers. Buyer beware. The figure emerges. Scarecrow, wearing his mask. I told your man my compound would take you to places. I never said they'd be places you wanted to go. My business is repeat customers. If you don't like what I have to offer, buy from someone else. Assuming Batman left anyone else to buy from. The Chechen frowns. The dogs start barking. He's here. A burly thug at the periphery is suddenly sucked into the darkness. In his place, a shadow straightens, revealing pointed back ear bat. Revealing pointed bat ears against the glittering skyline. Come on, my dogs are hungry. Pity there's only one of you. A bodyguard to the side disappears with a scream, and a second bat shadow appears. The Chechen looks taken aback. 3 more bat shadows appear. Even the dogs stop growling. Boom! A hole appears in the SUV next to the Chechen. The first bat shadow steps into the light carrying a shotgun. Chaos as men scatter and the rooftop erupts in gunfire. The Chechen turns as he hears one of his men scream. Loose the dogs! The bodyguard releases the dogs. They race, salivating into the darkness. The dogs race towards a bat chateau. A bat shadow. The first dog leaps, gets its jaws around the bat shadow's throat. Scarecrow ducks behind the van, holes punched in the side by a shotgun blast right behind him. Okay. He starts to climb into the driver's seat. The muzzle of a shotgun is pressed to the back of his head. A bat shadow is behind him. He sprays him with fear toxin. The bat shadow collapses to the ground, screaming. The Chechen cowers from gunfire, looks down at him. Not the real thing? Oh, not the real thing. How you know? We're old friends. A huge black shape slams down onto the row. Nope. A huge black shape slams down onto a row of parked cars. The Batmobile. That's more like
New
it.
all-free clear mega packs. Bigger packs with 2 times the stain lifting power. It's one and all done.
The Chechen men blast away at the front of the car. The bullets spark off its monstrous surface harmlessly. In the Batmobile, the cockpit is empty. One of the screens reads "Loiter." The shooting stops. The screen switches to "Intimidate." The men stare at the Batmobile for a quiet moment. Boom! The Batmobile cannons blast cars all around the men. A bat shadow lines up his shotgun on a running bodyguard. Clunk. A bat gauntlet. Nope. A black gauntlet grasps the barrel and bends it upward with a howl of tortured steel. The bat shadow looks into the face of the Batman. The real Batman. The bat shadow stumbles backwards in terror, leaving the bent shotgun in Batman's hands. Batman opens his hand, revealing a pneumatic mangle. A pneumatic mangle? Okay. Hidden in his palm. Batman bears down on the dogs, mauling another bat shadow. Yeah, I said that right. Draws his grappling gun and shoots his grapple into the fake Batman's leg and rips him from the dogs. One dog hanging on as Batman pulls the unconscious man away. The Chechen runs down the ramp towards the exit as Batman kicks the dog off the fake Batman. The Chechen gets into his SUV. Another dog locks its jaws around Batman's forearms, ripping, tearing. Batman swings the dog over his head, smashes it against the ground, its jaws open. Batman rises. An engine races behind him. He can't turn in time. Blam! He's slammed sideways by a speeding van. Scarecrow, driving, nods at him and hits the gas. Batman raises his hand, revealing his jointed mangle and pistons. The mangle straightens and rotates from his palm to the knife edge of his open hand. Batman chops straight through the edge of his... Nope. Batman chops straight through the windshield, pulls his hand out, and chops again. The mangle gets stuck. Scarecrow steers towards a column. Batman can't free himself. He turns a dial on his forearm piston. Explosive bolts blow, freeing his gauntlet from the mangle. He rolls free of the van as it scrapes the column and barrels down the circular exit ramp. Batman rises. A phony Batman lying on the ground watches as Batman climbs up to the edge of the 10-story corkscrew ramp and stands there, waiting for something. After a moment, he jumps and falls 10 stories. He's about to hit the exit ramp. The van appears. His cape pops open. He slams into the roof, crushing the cab. The Chechen's men are lined up against the wall, bound with zip ties. So are the fake Batmen. Batman dumps Scarecrow next to the 3 Batmen, rips his mask off. Rips his mask off. Batman, we're trying to help. I'm gonna see if I can do a Batman voice. I don't know. Let's see. I don't. Ooh, that's not good. I don't need help. I don't need help. I don't need help. I don't need help. I think I like that one. I don't need help. Not by my diagnosis. Batman silences Scarecrow with his boot. Turns to Batman. Don't let me find you out here again. Batman moves towards the Batmobile. You need us! There's only one of you. There's war out here. Batman gets into the Batmobile. What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me? As the canopy hisses shut. I'm not wearing hockey pads. The Batman looks down at his makeshift costume as the Batmobile roars past. Lieutenant Gordon ducks the barrage of shouted questions from press and picks his way into the lobby of the bank. Forensic specialists work the room. Ramirez hands Gordon prints, indicates the surveillance cameras. He can't resist showing us his face. Gordon looks at the grainy blow-up of the Joker's face, sweating clown makeup, plastered thick around the mouth. Put this up. Put this out. By morning, we can put a big top cover. We can put a big top over Central, holding this. What is with these words? Put this out. By morning, we can put a big top over Central, holding and sell tickets. What's he hiding under that makeup? Gordon approaches a forensic photographer, shooting Grumpy's body. Gordon crouches to look at his clown mask. Batman steps from the shadows. Gordon nods at Ramirez. Give us a minute, please, people. The forensic team and Ramirez leave. Gordon hands Batman the blow-up of the Joker. Him again. Who are the others? Other bunch of small-timers. Batman pulls a device from his belt, moves to the bundles of cash scattered near the clown's body. The device pings. Batman picks up a bundle and hands it to Gordon. Some of the marked bills I gave you. Some of the marked bills I gave you. Some of the marked bills I gave you. I'll figure out his voice later. My detectives have been making drug buys with them for weeks. This bank was another drop for the mob. The next 5 banks we found the bulk of their dirty cash. Time to move in. Gordon waves the photo. What about this guy? Oh, what about this Joker guy? One man, or the entire mob. He can wait. We'll have to hit all banks simultaneously. SWAT teams, back up. Gordon holds a bundle of big notes. When the new DA gets one of this, he'll want in. Do you trust him? Be hard to keep him out. Gordon bags the cash. I hear he's as stubborn as you. But Batman is already gone.
To drive in the city, it takes ingenuity. To drive in the city, it takes the incomparable agility of the Lexus UX.
Alfred walks... Oh, we are in the Wayne penthouse, by the way. Alfred walks past soaring downtown views as he carries a breakfast tray through the vast, empty penthouse. He stops, looking at the still-made bed. Alfred sighs and turns. Alfred gets out of the rolls, carrying a thermos. He walks towards a railway bridge, stops at a freight container, sitting lopsided on blocks. Alfred unlocks the rusty padlock and chain and steps inside. Alfred fumbles in the dark, bangs his elbow, hiss, as the floor lowers. Alfred sinks as Ian casts down into he sinks down into the container floor, lowers on a giant piston. Alfred steps off into a large, low-ceilinged concrete chamber. The Batmobile sits in the middle. Machines, 3D printers, power tools dot the high-tech space. At one end, Wayne sits at a bank of monitors, watching CCTV footage of the bank robbery. Be nice when Wayne Manor is rebuilt, and you can swap not sleeping in the penthouse for not sleeping in a mansion. Alfred places a cup of coffee in front of Wayne, who is stitching up a cut on his arm. Alfred takes the needle and continues. When you stitch yourself up, you make a bloody mess. But I learned from my mistakes. Oh, but I learned from my mistakes. You ought to be pretty knowledgeable by now then. My armor. I'm carrying too much weight. I need to be faster. I am sure Mr. Fox can oblige. Did you get mauled by a tiger? A dog. A big dog. There were more copycats last night, Alfred, with guns. Perhaps you could hire some of them, take the weekends off. This wasn't exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to inspire people. I know, but things are improving. Look at the new district attorney. The new district attorney. Wayne indicates a monitor, a handsome man in a suit. I am, closely. Need to know if he can be trusted. Alfred looks at other images. The DA at the meeting, campaigning, helping someone out of a cab. Rachel. Are you interested in his character or his social circle? Who Rachel spends her time with is her business. Well, I trust you're not following me on my day off. If you ever took one, I might. Alfred bites the thread, examines his stitches, looks at scars crisscrossing Wayne's shoulders. Know your limits, Master Wayne. Batman has no... Let me close to the mic. Sorry about that. Let me start over. Know your limits, Master Wayne. Batman has no limits. Well, you do, sir. I can't afford to know them.
Get the slow-cooked perfection on a sandwich.
What is with
or
this
a top
stuff?
of creamy mac and cheese.
I can't afford to know them. And what happens the day you find out? We all know how much you like to say I told you so. That day, Master Wayne, even I won't want to. Probably. Harvey Dent bursts into the courtroom. Ooh, what song is this? Oh, I can't tell. It's in period. Let me rephrase that. The letters are in Korean. Harvey Dent bursts into the courtroom. Assistant DA Rachel Dawes looks up annoyed. Sorry I'm late, folks. Rachel leans to Dent, speaking under her breath. Where were you? Worried he had to step up. I know the brief's backwards. Dent pulls a large silver dollar out of his pocket. Grins. Well then, fair's fair. Heads, I'll take it. Tails, he's all yours. Dent flips, shows it to Rachel. Heads. You're flipping coins to see who leads? My father's lucky coin. As I recall, it got me my first date. With you. Oh, my first date with you. I'm serious, Harvey. You don't leave things like this a chance. I don't. I make my own luck. Dent looks across at the defendant, Sal Moroni. I thought the DA just played golf with the mayor. Things like that. Tee-off's 1:30. More than enough time to put you away for life, Sally. His first name really Sal. Yep, Sal Moroni. The bailiffs lead a thin man into the witness box. Rossi. Rossi takes a sip of water. Dent works the room. With Carmen Falcone in Arkham, someone must have set up to run this so-called family. Is this a man in the courtroom today? Could you please identify him for us? Dent turns to Moroni, who is poker-faced. Dent smiles. You in, counselor. It was me. Dent's smile disappears. He turns back to Rossi. I've got a sworn statement from you that this man, Salvatore Moroni, is the new head of the Falcone crime family. Rossi Moroni, oh, wrong thing. Moroni? He's a fall guy. I'm the brains of the organization. Laughs from the gallery. Dent turns to the judge. Permission to treat the witness as hostile. Hostile? I'll show you hostile. Rossi jumps up, points a gun at Dent's face, screams from the gallery. Rossi pulls the trigger, the gun misfires with a Dent. Wow. Dent steps forward, grabs the gun, decks Rossi with it right cross, unloads the gun, and sets it down in front of Moroni. Ceramic 28 caliber, made in China. If you want to kill a public servant, Mr. Moroni, I recommend you buy American. Everyone stares, open mouthed as Dent adjusts his tie. The bailiffs are wrestling Rossi from the box. But, Your Honor, I'm not done. Rachel, excited, leads Dent through the lobby. Oh, I should have read the other part. Oh, now we're in the lobby, and then Dent's office. What is that? See, I should really pay for a premium eventually. See, that's kind of weird. Okay. We'll never link the gun to Moroni, so we can't charge him. But I'll tell you one thing. The fact they tried to kill you means we're getting to them. Glad you're so pleased, Rachel. I'm fine, by the way. Rachel turns to Dent and smooths his lapels. Harvey, you're Gotham's DA. If you're not getting shot at, you're not doing your job. Of course, if you said you were rattled, we could take the rest of the day. Can't. I dragged the head of the major crimes unit down here. Jim Gordon? He's a friend. Try to be nice. Gordon stands as Dent enters. The two men shake. Word is you got a hell of a right cross. Shame Sal's gonna walk. Well, good thing about the mob is they keep giving you the second chances. Dent picks up a bundle of bills from the heist. Lightly irradiated bills. Fancy stuff for a city cop. Have help? We liaises. I'm gonna say liaises like liaison. Thank you, Paul. We liaise with various agencies. Save it, Gordon. I want to meet him. Official policy is to arrest the vigilante known as Batman on sight. And that floodlight on top of MCU, Gordon, oh. If you have any concerns about malfunctioning equipment, take them up with the maintenance counselor. Then tosses the bills back onto his desk, annoyed. I've put every known money launderer in Gotham behind bars, but the mob is still getting its money out. I think you and your friend have found the last game in town, and you're trying to hit them where it hurts, their wallets. Bold. You gonna count me in? In this town, fewer people know something to safe the operation. Gordon, I don't like that you've got your own special unit. I don't like us full of cops that investigate internal affairs. Internal affairs. If I didn't work with cops you'd investigate it while you were making your name at IA, I'd be working alone. And don't get political points for being an idealist. Oh, I don't get political points for being an idealist. I have to do the best I can with what I have. Dent looks at Gordon, considering how to proceed. You want me to back warrants for search and seizure on 5 banks without telling me what? You want me to back warrants for search and seizure on 5 banks without telling me who we're after? I can give you the names of the banks. Well, that's a start. I'll get you your warrants, but I want your trust, Gordon. You don't have to... Oh. Dang it. I'll get you your warrants, but I want your trust. You don't have to sell me, Dent. We all know you're Gotham's White Knight. I hear they got a different nickname for me down in the MCU. Gordon smiles. Lucius Fox, CEO of Wayne Enterprises and the board, listen to Lau, 40s, CEO of LSI Holdings. In China, LSI Holdings stands for Dynamic New Growth. A joint Chinese venture with Wayne Enterprises will be a powerhouse. Well, Mr. Lau, I speak for the rest of the board and Mr. Wayne in expressing our own excitement. The Chinese look to the head of the table. Wayne, asleep, out cold, passed out, not hearing any of it. Well, that's what it looks like, eh? Fox shows Lau to the elevator. He's joined by Reese in his 30s, an ambitious M&A consultant lawyer. It's okay, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox. It's okay, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox. Everyone knows who really runs Wayne Enterprises. We'll be in touch as soon as our people have wrapped up the diligence. The elevator doors close and Reese frowns. Sir, I know Mr. Wayne's curious how his trust fund gets replenished by... What? Oh! Sarcasm. Sir, I know Mr. Wayne's curious how his trust fund gets replenished, but frankly, it's embarrassing. Fox heads for his office, Reese in tow. You worry about the diligence, Mr. Reese. I'll worry about Bruce Wayne. It's done. The numbers are solid. Do it again. We wouldn't want the trust fund to run out, would we? I think after the Wayne and Fox dialogue, I will finish for the night. Good day, good night, good afternoon, evening, who cares? Just have fun. Wayne is standing by the window. Another long night? Wayne smiles. This joint venture was your idea, and the consultants love it. But I'm not convinced LSI's grown 8% annually like clockwork. They must have a revenue stream that's off the books, maybe even illegal. Okay, cancel the deal. Fox looks at Wayne. You already knew? Wayne, I needed a closer look at their books. Fox looks at Wayne Riley. Anything else you can trouble me for? I need a new suit. 3 buttons, a little 90s. I'm not talking about fashion, Mr. Fox, so much as... Oh, I'm not talking about fashion, Mr. Fox, so much as function. Wayne pulls some diagrams and Fox looks them over. You want to be able to turn your head? Sure. Make backing out of the driveway easier. I'll see what I can do. And on the last note, make sure all of the recording goes through. And I'm going to say I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Be fun, be happy, be well, have fun. And that's what's important.